Howdy, folks. The 1930 Boston Red Sox versus the 1909 Washington Senators. The 1930 Boston Red Sox played 154 games during the regular season. They won 52 games and lost 102. They finished in 8th place. They played their home games at beautiful Fenway Park, where 444,045 fans witnessed their 1930 Red Sox finish the season with a .338 winning percentage. Opening day starters list: Charlie Berry, Otis Miller, Bill Narleski, Tom Oliver, Bill Regan, Jack Rothrock, Red Ruffing, Russ Garrett, Bill Sweeney. Their starting pitchers were Milt Gaston, Danny McFadden, Hod Lisenby, Jack Russell. Relievers: Ed Durham, George Smith, Ed Morris, Frank Bushy. It was really bushy. Looks like Red Ruffing did a little pitching for him. They had a few other guys here too. The highest paid player on the team was Red Ruffing. He made $6,750 that year. Taking a look at the 1930 MLB leaders: Bill Cherry won the batting average with .401. Hack Wilson hit 56 homers. Hack Wilson had 190 RBIs. Lefty Grove won 28 games. Lefty Grove had 209 strikeouts, and his ERA was 2.54. He won the pitching Triple Crown. September 12th, Brooklyn Robins catcher Al Lopez bounces one over the wall for his 6th home run. It is the last such home run before the implementation of the ground rule double. The Philadelphia Athletics won the World Series that year over the St. Louis Cardinals. And there was no award winners in 1930. So Lefty Grove won the pitching Triple Crown and didn't get an award? That's strange. Gonna have to do a little research on the 1930 season, it seems. There were no no-hitters. We'll find out what's going on. Economics dominated politics in 1930. The decade began with the construction of shanty towns called Hoovervilles, named after a president who felt that relief should be left to the private sector, and ended with a series of federal programs funded by national government and an assortment of commissions set up to regulate Wall Street, the banking industry, and other business enterprises. The Hawley-Smoot Tariff Act, passed by the U.S. Congress, was signed by President Hoover, who desired a limited upward revision of tariff rates with general increases on farm products and industry. The controversial act brought retaliatory tariffs from many foreign countries, causing U.S. foreign trade to suffer while intensifying America's economic depression. The American League, during an April 27, 2-1 victory over the St. Louis Browns, Chicago White Sox first baseman Bud Clancy became the first player in his position since Al McCauley of Washington, American Association, in 1891 had no chances in a 9-inning game at first base. The New York Yankees and Detroit Tigers outfields combined on May 9th for a meager 2 putouts, setting an American League record that has never been equaled. The National League record for outfield idleness was previously set at 1 putout when the Pittsburgh Pirates took on the Brooklyn Superbas back in August 1910. On May 11th, Cleveland Indians outfielder Bob Falk accomplished after collecting 5 hits, 5 runs batted in, 5 runs scored in the first 5 innings during a 25-7 massacre of the Philadelphia Athletics. Around the league, March 8th, Babe Ruth signed a new 2-year contract for $160,000 with the New York Yankees at $80,000 per year. Sultan of Swat became the highest paid player of all time and earned more money than the President of the United States. In an effort to assure posterity, Yankees general manager Ed Barrow was quoted as saying that no one in baseball will ever be paid more than Ruth. On April 29th, suspicions that the 1930 ball was the liveliest ever increase, as an astounding 133 runs were scored in just 7 Major League games. With no Most Valuable Player award for the 2nd year in a row, Due to the financial strains, the Associated Press polled its members and named Joe Cronin as its unofficial American League MVP for 1930. The Baseball Writers Association named Hack Wilson the MVP of the National, and his team, the Chicago Cubs, presented him with a $1,000 bonus. The Sporting News also acted to fill the MVP void, announced its own selection of Bill Terry as the most valuable player for the National League and Joe Cronin for the American League. On November 23rd, Red Badgrove, a St. Louis Browns outfielder and New York Giants receiver, caught his third touchdown pass of the season against the Green Bay Packers, igniting a two-sport career that would eventually land him in the Football Hall of Fame. And that is your 1930 season. Well, that explains it. All right, on to the Senators. The 1909 Washington Senators won 42 games and lost 110, finished in 8th place in the American League. They were managed by Joe Cantillan and played home games at National Park. The Senators still hold the Major League record for the most games lost in 1 month. 29 losses and only 5 wins in the month of July. The Washington Senators baseball team was one of the American League's 8 charter franchises. The Senators featured Gabby Street, Jiggs Donahue, Jim Delahanty, George McBride, Wild Conroy, Clyde Milan, George Brown, Clyde Milan, Jack Lillavelle. It's a little bit tough. Their pitching staff was Walter Johnson, Bob Groom, Dolly Gray, Charlie Smith, Tom Hughes, Frank Oberlin. They had a couple other guys here. They didn't pitch a whole lot. The club was formed in Washington, D.C. in 1901 as the Washington Senators in 1905. The team changed its official name to the Washington Nationals. The name Nationals appeared on the uniforms for only 2 seasons and was then replaced with the W logo for the next 52 years. However, the names Senators, Nationals, and the shorter Nats were used interchangeably by fans and media over the next 60 years. In 2005, the latter 2 names were revived for the current National League franchise that had previously played in Montreal. For a time, from 1911 to 1933, the Senators were one of the most successful franchises in Major League Baseball. The team's rosters included Hall of Fame members Goose Goslin, Sam Rice, Joe Cronin, Bucky Harris, Heine Manouche, and one of the greatest pitchers of all time, Walter Johnson. But the Senators are remembered more for their many years of mediocrity and futility, including 6 last-place finishes in the 1940s and 1950s. Joe Judge, Cecil Travis, Buddy Meyer, Roy Sievers, and Eddie Yost were other notable Senator players whose careers were spent in obscurity during the team's lack of success. There you have it. The 1930 Boston Red Sox at the 1909 Washington Senators. It's game time. Okay, here we go. I'm getting a little echo on my end, but I hope I'm not getting it on that end. Tom Oliver. I thought I had his picture. Let's see. Well, I guess I don't. Oh well. I know I got them, most of them. Okay, here we go. It looks like we're in Washington. Boston is up first. The pitcher for the Senators is Gray, and Tom Oliver's first batter. Here we go. 1-10, base hit. Yanks it into left field. The winner of this game plays the 1965 Mets in the finals. Okay, next batter, Scarrett. 3-5. That's a fly ball to left to right field. Brown is out there. There's a 2. It's coming over. Yeah, it's down low. Swings around. Easy out for Gray. And Oliver trots back to first. 1 down. That brings up Sweeney. 3-5. Base hit. Okay, first and third. 1 out. And Webb is the batter. 6 and 7. It's going to be a ground ball to second. Unglob has it. He throws wild. It's going to be a single plus an E4. Oliver scores from third. Sweeney takes third. Webb to second. Right away, you get a run. It's Boston. It's up though, and that's going to be a base hit to left field. Don't discount this Boston team. Pretty darn scrappy too. That's going to be 2 runs, 1 out, men in first and third. Here comes Miller. 10. It's going to be a double 1 to 12. It's going to be a double. Skips through right to the wall. That's going to drive in a run. Regan's going to hold at third. No sense in chancing it. And here's Chuck Berry. 5 and 11. Fly ball right field. 3 runs in already for Boston. Brown is having some trouble out there, but he dropped it. It's an E9. Berry is coming around. He's going to get a double out of it. And Regan scores from third. Miller scores from second. So we've got 5 runs in the first inning for Boston. Wow. Bonanza. 4 and 7. That's a walk. Gray's not looking too good out there, folks. There's only 1 out. They put a 5 spot on the board. It looks like Nick Altrott has been called from the bullpen. Takes a few tosses. He's ready to go. He's got his nice T-neck sweater on there. It's kind of chilly out. 3 and 5. That's a strikeout. He does the job. He gets Listenby. The Boston pitcher. There's 2 down. And here comes Oliver. Getting a start today. 5 and 7. It's a double. They're not done just yet. That's going to probably score another run. He lifts it high into the air. It's going to be high off the wall there. Right center field. He's going to try to push it. It's a double for Oliver. Ryan scores. The trailing runner advances. They got a 7 spot in the first inning. Whoa, Jack. Don't think I've seen that in a while. 2 down. Here's Scarrett again. 1 and 7. He struck him out. They get out of it finally. It's a long inning. 7 runs in the top of the first. That's a first that I've seen it. And here comes Washington. The bat. Their backs are to the wall now. Here's Milan. Bat against Listenby. 1 and 8. It's a double 1 and 10. Oh man, he just missed getting a double. That's Oliver's going to be out there to grab that. That's 1 down. We've been seeing good pitching. I thought there was going to be a lot more slugfest, but we might see one tonight. 1 and 7. Lines out to short. Ryan will catch that, and it's 2 down. Here's Unglob. He had a good game last time. Said his name a lot. That is going to be a double. That's going to be high in the gap, in right center field, off that wooden wall out there. He's got himself a double. 2 outs, man on second. That's a walk to Brown. And here comes Lee Levelt. 5 and 3. Fly ball right field. Webb is a 4. It's up to glove. He's out. He's got it. It's the end of the first. 7-zip. Boston. Yeah, it's just a formality now. All they got to do is hold on. Here comes Sweeney. 6 and 12. I just hope it's not echoing like I'm hearing it. Brown. He hauls it in. There's 1 out. Webb is up. 3 and 7. That's a strikeout. Struck out on the hook. Okay, here comes Regan. He's 1 for 1 with a ribby. 4 and 8. That's a base hit. He stays perfect. Skips 1 through the hole. Takes a wide turn, but decides to hold up. There's a man on first base. Here's Miller. That is going to be a ground ball C. I think Regan will advance on that. It's a 4-3. Nope, let's see any. Bottom of the second. Here comes Conroy. 3 and 6. Ooh, ground ball to third. Miller scoops it up, fires it across the diamond for the out. One down. Here comes Chesler. The Senators might have met their match. 5 and 9. Pops up to third. Miller's going to grab it. There's 2 down. Here comes Street. 2 and 8. Ground ball to third. He's going to squeeze it, throw it across the diamond, and it's the inning. Top of the third. 7-0 Boston. Here comes Chuck Berry. Before he was a guitar player, he played ball. 3 and 4. Pop up to short. And he makes the grab. 1 down. And here comes Ryan, shortstop. 4 and 6. That's going to be a base hit to center field. Passed unglob. Got a man on first. Here's Listenby. And he's going to lay it down. Oh, it's popped up. And it's a double play. Okay, they get out of it. We're in the bottom of the third. Here comes Alt Rock. Pitcher, they're going to let him bat. 1 and 7. He pops up to short. And he's out of there. I don't know why they didn't start Red. I guess they just didn't know what they had there. 3 and 8. That's a pop up to short. Ryan's going to take care of that one. There's going to be 2 outs. Listen, B's looking good. Here's McBride. 6 and 7. It's going to be a ground ball to second base. Regan. Swung on McBride, right side, scoops it up. Throw on the run. He's out. Senators go down quietly. Here we are in the top of the 4th. It's 7-0. 1 and 2. It's a foul out. I have injuries shut off, so. Okay, there's 1 out. Garrett is the batter. Garrett. 3 and 6. Fly ball, center field, question mark. Milan. He's a 1. And he's got it for the out. 2 down. 6 and 7. Ground ball to second. It's hard to get past those big innings. 7 spot, I tell you. It's an error by Unglob. Sweeney will get to second. Man on second. 2 outs. Webb is the batter. Excuse me. That is going to be a triple. 1 to 10. He's going to smack a triple. So the Senators are going to make a little comeback here. He hits it over in that nook over there in center field. He's digging for third. He has a 3-bagger. Knocks in a run. Oh no, wait a minute. Yeah, he knocks in a run. It's 8-0. For a second, I thought Washington was up. Here's Regan. 3 and 7. That's a double. Man, they brought their hitting shoes today. It's going to be a base hit. Score another run. It's 9-0. Wow. 4 and 8. That's a base hit. You better save a few for the next game, fellas. 1st and 2nd. Here's Mr. Berry. 6 and 7. Ground ball to second. He got him. All right, 2 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. 2 men left on base after 3.5. Boston leads by 9. It's a blowout. Unglob is the batter. It's going to be a ground ball to second. Regan's going to throw him out. Here comes Brown. 1, 7. Base hit, right field. We'll get it back in. Man on first. 1 out. Lee Levelt. Lee Levelt. I have trouble with that name. 3 and 5. Ground ball to third. That might be 2. Looks like it's going to be a twin killing. All right, we're going to the top of the 5th. It's 9-0 Boston. It's looking like it's going to be a Boston-New York Mets finals. 6 and 9. That's going to be a pop to short. McBride is there. He has it for the out. It's 1 away. And it's going to be a ground ball. Second base on Glob. for Jessler. Scoops it up on one hop, and nice play by Jessler. Two-way. Here's Oliver. 2-8. He pops up the third. And they're going to get out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the fifth here in Washington. Still 9-0 Boston. Conroy's up. Washington can't get anything going against Listenby. 4-11. Ground ball to first. He flips it to Listenby for the out. One down. And that's going to be a walk for Jessler. Man on first. And here comes Street. 3-10. Ground ball to short. Ryan scoops it up, throws him out. He's out at second. 9-0. We're in the bottom of the fifth. There's 2 outs. Altrock is up. 4 and 6. It's a walk. Man on first and second. Here comes Milan. Milan. Over to 7. That's going to be a line out, and they're going to escape the inning. Whew. Washington is snake bit. They just can't get nothing going on here. And here comes Scarrett. Top of the 6th. 6 and 7. Ground ball to second. And Glob. We got him. 1 down. Sweeney's 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. 4 and 8. Base hit. Sweeney's hot today. He decides to hold up. Man on first base. Webb's up. There's 1 out. 4. 5. Ground ball to short. McBride is a 1. E56. Made his share of errors, but he's going to swing it. 6-4-3 double play. Washington has no runs, 2 hits and 3 errors. Boston has 4 stranded, left 4 stranded. Washington has failed to bring home anything. Okay, here we are. Here comes McBride. 1-5. He pops up to first base. That's going to be an out. That's foul. And there's the pop out to Sweeney. Nice play. Here's Unglob. He's 1 for 2 with a double. An 8 single 1 to 19. That's going to be another base hit for him. He drills one into center field. He's got himself a base hit. There's 1 out. Here's Brown. It's 1 for 1 with a walk. 7. That's going to be a single 1 to 19. That's another base hit. Skips through the infield, the middle. Man on first and second with 1 out. Lee Lavelle. 1, 2, and 3. Struck him out. Big strikeout. He goes down. Throws over there, but he's safe. And here is Conroy. 3 and 11. Ground ball to third. It's 5-3. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. After 6 in Washington, Boston is on top 9-zip. Little anticlimactic here. It can be that way. 6 and 4. There's a catcher X. He hits a routine pop-up, and he's going to make the grab. And that is going to be 1 away here on the top of the 7th. I got to let that song play if I want to do the quiz or the trivia. 4 and 9 to Miller. That is going to be a base hit to right field. And a man on first base with 1 out. Chuck Berry. Charlie Berry, actually. 5 and 6. That's a single 1 to 16. He's going to get a base hit. That's going to put him in at first and second base. Here comes Ryan. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored today. It's a line out to short. He's going to snag that. 2 down. Here comes Listenby, the pitcher. He's 0 for 3. Oops. Hate it when that happens. 6 and 8. Ground ball to second. And Glob picks it up, throws to first. Got him. The inning is over. Here comes the score. Nickname Clue. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I don't know. Clue. Ted Kluzinski from the Cincinnati Reds. Here comes the answer. Or was he a Philly? I think he was a Red. Let's see. Ted Kluzinski, yeah! I got it from the Reds. I guess it's pretty self-explanatory there. Okay, we're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Red Sox up 9-0. Blowout here. 4 and 5, ground ball to short. Ryan. You know, team battles so hard to get to the semifinals and then just gets blown out in the first inning. Just don't seem right. The other team might have competed better. 4 and 7. There's a fly ball left field. Scare it. I haven't had too many fly balls today. Might break that record. I think that's the only one so far, isn't it? Okay, he makes the catch. There's 1 out. And here comes Altrock, the pitcher. And it's going to be a fly ball left field. No, I think we've had more than that. And he drops in for a hit. He couldn't get to it. Men on first and second. This is their best chance to threaten so far. Watch him come back and win. There's Milan. 5 and 12. Fly ball right field. I've seen it happen before. He's going to make the grab on that. That's going to be 2 down. Jessler tries for it and makes it. He tags up. So he makes it easily. So we got men on first and third with 2 outs. The batter is McBride, George McBride. That's going to be a walk to load the bases. The bases are drunk. And we have Unglob up. He's 2 for 3 with a double. 6 and 8. That's a walk. Oh boy. I'm going to make sure. I know I have it on there, but I'm just going to make sure. Yes, I have it on computer. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. Here comes Brown. He's 2 for 2 with a walk. Best chance of the day for Washington. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Oliver is a 2. He's got to hustle for that one. And he leaves the bases empty. The last of the 7th. The attendance has just been announced. 452 people came to see the game today. Despicable. Here's Oliver. And it's going to be a 3 and 6 ground ball that's short. He's going to handle that. To think they beat the Chicago White Sox. It would have been cool to see the Red Sox and the White Sox play. Oh well, that's baseball. 1 out. Here's Scarrett. Looks like Frank Oberlin has been called from the bullpen. Big old shouldered guy there. A few warm-up tosses. He's ready to go. The pitch to Scarrett. It's going to be a ground ball to short. McBride. He handles that easily. He throws it over to first. He's out. Washington has 4 errors today. Oh, Scarrett made it to second base. He throws it away. Oh, okay. Sweeney's up 3 for 4, 2 runs on the day. There's a man on second with 1 out. Washington is just playing like crap. 5 and 5. Base hit, right field. That might score a run. Sure does. 10 to 1. Oh, so Washington did get a run in the 7th. Huh. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sweetie shows you how I'm paying attention. All right. Sweetie's on first. There's 1 out. Here's Webb. 2 for 4. He's got a triple. 1 and 10. Base hit. Center field. Man, the Red Sox are kicking butt today. 17 hits. Here's Regan. 3 for 4 with 2 ribbies. It's going to be a single 1 to 15. That's going to be a base hit. He's got his 4th hit of the day. Aggressive base running by Boston. They're going to let the run score. Try for the tail runner. Webb is out, going to third base. It's 2 outs. Regan is on second. Here is Miller. Almost hit Otto Miller. Goes all the way back to the screen. Regan takes third on a wild pitch. And I really need a drink of water. Do I have anything here? Oh, I do. Oh, man. Mouth gets dry. A little better today with the cold. I think it's finally starting to go away. It's breaking up. All right, here we got 2 outs with a man at third base. The score is 11-1. I think this is the first blowout of the tournament. 4 and 6. Fly ball B pulls it down. After 7.5 innings, Boston leads 11-1. They picked up 2 runs. Okay, here comes Lee Lavelt. And listen, B, pitching a good game. He's humming right along. I think every pitcher for Boston so far has pitched well. They get their ace going in the finals. That's a base hit. 1-19, that's a base hit. So Lee Lavelt gets a hit. Here's Conroy. 1 for 3 so far. 3 and 5. Ground ball to short. That's going to erase the hit. They're going to turn 2. That's going to be 2 down, bottom of the 8th. 1 and 7. That's going to be a walk to Chesler. Man on first. 2 outs. Street is the batter. 1 and 6. Base hit. Left field. Okay. Here comes the pitcher, Oberlin. They're going to use a pinch hitter. Frank Bushy has been called from the bullpen. And Bill Narleski will come in as the first baseman. Okay? And they're going to use a pinch hitter. Yes, Jiggs Donahue steps out of the dugout. They'll be up there against Bushy. Big old Bushy. 6 and 7. Lines out to second base. Oh man, that takes care of the inning. It's 11-1. Jesse Tannehill. Washington will be the left-hander Jesse Tannehill. It's a little bit late. Should have brought him in a lot sooner. Here comes Barry. Top of the 9th here. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. Unglob. Handle that. Throw it over first. It's going to be 1 down. 5 and 7. Base hit 1 to 7. That's going to be a line out. He hits it right on the screws, right at McBride. He snags it for the out. Had to have been an art to catch a line drive with them old mitts. That's 2 down. Here we go. Narleski is up. 3 and 4. He pops it up. Unglob is going to have that. The inning is over, and we're going to the bottom of the 9th. This is it. Okay, Bushy is on the hill. And here comes Milan. 6 and 11. Fly ball, left field. Scarrett is going to chase that one down. It dropped in. He dropped it. Oh my goodness. Milan to second. It's an error for Boston. Here comes George McBride. 1 and 8. Lines out to first base. Bam. He could have either caught it or got killed, so he decided to catch it. I've had a couple of them hit at me. P-Rod. Here's Unglob. 1 out. Man at second. 6 and 11. Fly ball left field X. Scarrett is a 3. Can he redeem himself? It's caught. Time for third. He throws. He's out. And the ball game is over that quick. Wow. Boston just tears Washington a new ass. 11-1, 18 hits to 8. Washington made 4 errors and just never got out of the starting blocks. That big 7 spot looms large. Okay, let's get that box score. For Boston, I didn't catch the star of the game. I'm guessing it might be Sweeney, but let's see. Or no, it'll probably be Regan. 2 for 5 for Oliver. Scarrett went 0 for. Sweeney, 4 for 5 with 3 runs scored and an RBI. Webb was 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Regan was 4 for 5 with a run scored and 3 ribbies. Miller 3 for 5 with a run scored and a ribby. Bushy didn't bat. 1 for 4 for Barry with a run scored and a ribby. Ryan 1 for 4 with a run scored. Listenby 0 for 4. Narleski 0 for 1. For the Senators, everybody was 0 for except Unglob was 2 for 4. He had a multiple hit game last game too. Brown 2 for 3. Lee Lavelle 1 for 4. And Jessler 1 for 2. Street 1 for 4. Altrock, the pitcher, was 1 for 2. The lone RBI belonged to Unglob. The Red Sox scored 7 runs in the first, and they added 2 more in the fourth. The Senators got their lone run in the bottom of the 7th, but the Red Sox came back with 2 runs in the 8th, and that was the final score. 11-1. 11 runs, 18 hits, 1 error for the Red Sox. 1 run, 8 hits, 4 errors for the Senators. Listenby picked up the win. He pitched 7 2/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 6, struck out 1. Bushy pitched an inning and a third, and he gave up no runs and no hits. Good job. Gray started and got the loss. He pitched a third of an inning, gave up 5 hits, 7 runs, and 4 were earned, and walked 1. Altrock pitched 7 innings, did a decent job. Gave up 10 hits, 2 runs, they were earned. Oberlin came in, pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 was earned. Jesse Tannehill came in, and he pitched his 1 inning, and didn't give up any runs or hits. The attendance, unbelievable, 452. Man, that's terrible. No wonder they folded. The weather is good. Took 2 hours, 6 minutes. It was a fast game. The errors were right there. There's your doubles, Oliver, Miller, and Unglob. Triples, Webb. RBIs, Lot. Sacrifice flies, Barry. There's your walks and strikeouts. These 3 guys hit into double plays. Oberlin threw a wild pitch. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-out RBIs. Runners left in scoring position. Beantowners were 8 and for 14, and the Nats were 0 for 9. And that concludes today's broadcast. We're going to save this game so that I can keep track of the pitchers mostly. So the 1930 Boston Red Sox will play the 1965 New York Mets in the finals. Well, that's too bad. I wanted to see a better game. You know, sometimes it's just like that. I know Game 7 for me against Oakland was like that. I think we won 10-0. It was really anticlimactic. But sometimes that's the way it goes. Okay, so the finals are going to be the 1965 New York Mets against the 1930 Boston Red Sox in the best of the worst. I'll be bringing you that game either tomorrow or Monday. I do want to bring you a couple games of the all-time greats, so that'll be coming up. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night. Take care.